build a better life and a better business. So the agenda today also highlights some of the amazing people that I've met along the way and been inspired by. And they'll be speaking today. It is said that in order to keep going and succeeding, we need to pursue continuous growth. So I applaud you guys for taking that initiative today and registering and coming. And I ask that you really gift this time to yourself and be present and take it in. So take it in, make connections, enjoy it. And like I said, I will make it worth your while today. This year has been one of the most rewarding years of my career, but it's also been one of the hardest. And I'm going to get a little vulnerable. I'm going to share a little recent defining story for me, which only a handful of people know. But it's time for me to share it so I can release it. So I'm a lifelong learner. I attend conferences, I go to masterminds, I've had business coaches and mentors over the years. I think it's instrumental. And you can't do it alone. You have to keep an eye on what's coming ahead, what's coming down the pipe, new models, new ideas. So last summer, I wanted to take my team to the next level. I wanted to expand, and I wanted to offer more to our agents. I wanted to give them more in terms of support, a bigger piece of the pie. And I knew I had to make some changes to our team structure. So I wanted to operate my team less like a traditional team and more like a mini brokerage. And in the business, we call that a teamridge, team brokerage, teamridge. But nobody was doing that at my company. So I looked outside the company for inspiration. And so in October of 2021, exactly a year ago today, I took a big step and I signed up to go to John Sheplack's big mastermind in Lake Tahoe. All of the top teams were going there from all over the country, from all different brands, Remax, Century 21, Keller Williams, you name it. And it's an event put on by John Sheplack, who's an elite coach in the business. And my business coach, Veronica Figueroa, had encouraged me to sign up for this event and go. She said, you have to put yourself in the rooms where you're going to learn. And so I did. I went. And, Tom Ferry and Brian Buffini really coach a lot of the top teams, but John Sheplack coaches the #1 teams throughout the country. And there's just something different that happens in the rooms that he puts together. And I was really blessed to be able to go. And it was nothing short of amazing. So as part of that mastermind, myself and about 30 other agents climbed Mount Talek. It took us 8 hours. It was grueling, but it was amazing. And it was hard. It was beautiful, but it was worth every blister. So going up that mountain and having deep conversations with various people along the way was very enriching. And some of these people are in this room today. Jennifer is one of them. So it was truly life-changing. You literally come down the mountain a different person. And you're infused with ideas and inspiration on what you want to build. And I will also say that John is going to be zooming in and doing his session for us later. He charges $1,000 for every 20 minutes that he speaks. So I encourage you to listen up because he is amazing and he will deliver. But I wanted to share him with you today because his event was really a pivotal moment in my career. When I returned to New Jersey, the VP and office manager of my previous company called me up to invite me to dinner. During this dinner, they said, Caroline, wow, what an amazing trip that seemed to be. But we want to know why. Why are you going outside of the company? Why are you seeking coaching and mentoring outside of the company? Why don't you let us help you? So I didn't see any harm in this, and I'm all about collaboration. So we embarked on our weekly meetings. And during that time, we had conversations, we brainstormed, shared ideas, and I shared some of the ideas from the different models that I saw out there. And I was making suggestions on how we could incorporate them into our company. Because you'd have to live under a rock to ignore that our industry is changing. So I wanted us to remain a contender. I was in a survival instinct because I was very much a part of that company, and I saw it as helping keep the collective boat afloat. So when there are leaks, you try to help plug them. So I was one of the first agents in that office. I helped grow it. I was the top producer. I was the top team. And I cared. I was invested in that office and in that company. But on Tuesday, December 1st, just 10 months ago, everything changed. My world and that of my family and my team got tossed upside down. The VP and manager of my office had called me in for an appointment to discuss some things. I thought it was a little odd, but a busy realtor doesn't ask too many questions. They just show up when they're told. So I showed up, and after some small talk, she took a deep breath and paused and said, "Caroline, we think it might be best for you to grow elsewhere." After almost a decade in that office and with that company, in one moment, it all evaporated. I stood there stunned, speechless, tears rolling down my face. I think I hyperventilated a little bit. And I'm not sure what she thought I was gonna say, or she just thought I was gonna say, "Okay, well, it's been fun, see ya." But that was not my reaction. My reaction was more akin to seeing somebody take something that I had built for the past 14 years and bulldoze it before my eyes. I was asked to end an almost decade-long relationship with one of the oldest real estate brands in the industry, one I had been very loyal to, and one that had made a lot of money off of me and my team. So there are companies where you get rewarded for thinking outside the box, and there are some that view thinking big and being growth-minded as a threat. So be careful which one you choose. I really did nothing wrong. I just threatened a status quo. So to add to the chaos, I was leaving the next day for a mother-son trip to Sedona during Christmas break. I'm divorced. I have my son every other holiday, so I try to do something special with him. I had to walk out of that office and think about how I was going to tell my 7-person team, with no warning, and my family what had happened. What were we going to do next? How was I supposed to clear my office out before my flight tomorrow? My head was swirling. I was overwhelmed. But I've done hard. The truth is, I've been a single mom for the past 15 years, and this was not my first rodeo. And I'm from Texas, so I can say that. So I took a deep breath, and I walked out of that office and made a few calls in the parking lot. And those people are in this room today, and Michael, you were one of them. I ended up getting on that plane to Arizona with my son the very next day, and I wasn't gonna take that trip away from him. And I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. And if you've been to Sedona, it's surreal. It's red rocks, it looks like you're on Mars, and I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. But that's my son and I walking through the red rocks, taking some needed time. So I tried to hide my tears from my son as best as I could. And we had some good times and some good hikes, but there were times where I just broke down because I didn't know what I was going to be doing. I was scared. We were in the midst of the COVID crazy market. I was exhausted. I needed a vacation, but now I was faced with having to rebuild everything. And I spent that week asking myself some hard questions. What did I do wrong? Why did it happen? How do I move forward? Where do I go to rebuild? So in the end, my son saw it all. He heard all the conversations that I had. We discussed the situation, but it was good to take some time and distance on that trip. So I did make a pact to myself during that trip that I will never leave myself vulnerable like that again, and I will never let others have that kind of power over my business. So the bottom line is we have to see our problems as catalysts and learn from them. Sometimes doors need to close for others to open. So all of this situation gave Jenna, my chief of operations, and I a unique opportunity to really rethink and imagine how to restructure the business and the team. And so we didn't just change one thing, we changed everything. As you will hear today, there are many ways and places that you can do this. In my particular case, I chose eXp Realty. So the interest of giving you a brief introduction to me and my team, I will run through the next couple of slides quickly. But we are the Experience New Jersey team. We are a collective of agents operating as a team ridge. We offer an opportunity for our agents to use us as a platform, As you can see, each of our agents has their own brand. If they don't want their own brand, they can leverage ours. And I'm just going to say, if you want to hear more, contact me. We can have coffee some other time. This is not a commercial for EXP, just telling you a little bit about our team. So the truth is, you don't really need a brand. You are the brand. And I want to empower you to think about that today, because it isn't about the sign in the ground, but it's about your way of thinking. And it's about the way that those around you think, and the resulting actions that you take. So I'm pretty proud to say that in the past 10 months since this happened, we've accomplished quite a bit. We rebuilt the team. We expanded the team. You guys have met Joey today, right? The guy in the striped suit? Yes. We've sold millions in volume throughout New Jersey. We've created a separate media company, Experience Media, to handle all the marketing and branding for our team and our agents and our listings. We've created a whole training program, and we offer courses that we've heavily invested in to our agents. We have a global and commercial division. Our partner, Stephanie Lenardi, who's not here today, she was supposed to be here, but she couldn't make it. She just listed a hotel in Costa Rica. I roped 15 amazing women into writing a book with me. That will be coming out on November 1st. You'll hear more about it today on one of the panels. And we created the In Quest of Better community. We created a Facebook group, and voila, the Quest conference was born. So in closing, I do want to introduce you to my team. Quite a few of the members are here today. Guys, can you stand up? Stand up, say hello. Gabriella, Mark Braverman, Jen Armstrong, Manny Mazza, and Joey, are you in the room? Oh, there you, that's right, you're manning the slideshow. So just a special shout out to Jenna and Joey, because Jenna's been my chief of operations for the past 5 years, and she's been amazing, nothing short of amazing, and I love her. And she brought on Joey, her brother, this year, and it's been an amazing fit, and I love going to work every day and working with them. And they really brought this together, so really excited.